hardship. The door is very narrow. If you cannot come in, get out. Don't stay in. It is very hard for you, and you have to be good or get out right now. He was not sweet, oh, you will try to do better tomorrow. No.
Però nel colloquio personale era paterno ed era innanzitutto medico,
When he had his
perché in
private,
principio era il medico. E allora, alla base di molte crisi spirituali, vedeva disturbi fisici.
he was very fatherly in private conferences. Because he was a doctor by profession, the first thing he saw was the physical attitude of the physical problems there. And many times he saw the spiritual crisis connected with the physical problems. Therefore, he told them what to do and to take care of their physical problems first.
Al colloquio si accorgeva subito se uno stava poco bene, se aveva qualche malattia. Lei è malata, sicuri. Ma io sto bene. No, 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 si faccia visitare. Lei deve avere questo e questo. Ci indovinava, sempre. E anche in confessione. La penitente poteva sentirsi consigliare una medicina invece di una repressione morale. Oppure vada dal medico. Quante volte.
He was a doctor first and then a priest. And their private conference, when the person was talking to him, and he looked at her and said, "You are a sick person." I said, "Oh no, Father, I am very well." "No, you are sick. Just go to this doctor because you have this, this, and this." Or sometimes in compassion, the person will hear him say, "Go and ask for this prescription," instead to give the solution.
Per esempio uno diceva, io sto a perdere la pazienza, sono inquieta, sono nervosa. Oh. Dice, ma prenda qualche tranquillante.
It's hope for us. So many times a person will say, "I have been very impatient, I exploded very easily." I say, "Sure, you need a tranquilizer."
Oppure dorma di più, si nutra di più,
You need more
si
sleep.
riposi di
So
più.
please do take care of yourself. Sleep a little more, eat more, and have some recreation. He was a psychologist, psychiatrist, and a
Oppure
doctor,
diceva vada dal medico,
and he really strongly advised to go see the doctor. So please go see the doctor.
Nei colloqui capiva a volo ed era impaziente di lunghi discorsi. Uno poi senti, non sapeva come cominciare. E si sbrighi.
Reminds me.
Uno diceva 2 o 3 parole, tutto. Allora troncava e con un'intuizione sicura dava in poche parole le direttive precise. La sua strada è questa. Cammini, oppure ha sbagliato, cambi lavoro, cambi ambiente. Sul principio quella restava male a sentirsi sbrigare in 2 parole, poi ci ripensava e quelle parole le trovava giuste.
So he was very short and quick to give guidelines when the person would start my work and say, "Oh, hurry up, tell me the problems, don't start to go around." And then he was very quick to give guidelines. He said, "You need to change your job, you need to rest, you should get out of the situation you are in now, or even sometimes I will say, move from the place where you are, get another apartment, go someplace else." The person usually will suffer and they say, "Why he was so crude or so sharp to me?" But in second moments she will say, "He was correct. I didn't need to have a long stories, but I need someone to tell me what to do."
Con le sofferenti però era molto buono, paterno, aveva un senso speciale di paternità verso le giovani orfane e non scoraggiava mai nessuno, e alle malati gravi diceva la verità: lei morirà presto, però le trattava come se si dovessero vivere a lungo, sentiva il valore della vita fino all'ultimo istante.
With those that were in pains and they had physical sufferings, he was really a father to them. And those that had disease that would bring them to death, he would tell them, you are going to die very soon, be ready, and I will be glad to give you any help. Don't get discouraged.
E poi dopo questo che a Immacolata
I
era già curvo, lo incontrò a Castelnuovo Fogliani e le disse, lei è il leone di Calabria, conquisti la Calabria. Poi quando ripassò e lui voleva toccare la tonaca, lui capì, prese il bastone che aveva in mano e glielo dette sulla testa.
He said he had a very good sense of humor also, and he tried to help everyone. One day Immacolata saw him, and he said, oh, you are going to be the lion of Calabria. Immacola's Franciscan name is Leone. And Immacolata wants to touch him one day. When he was passing by, she wanted to touch him, and he saw it, so he had the cane and it just went like that.
Ora, poi, in generale, le linee generali del Padre a noi erano queste. Preghiera, 2 ore al giorno.
Pray 2 hours a day. That's 1 hour, 2 hours a month.
Lavoro.
Work.
Molto lavoro.
Much work.
Il lavoro allontana le tentazioni
The work will keep away the temptations
e conforta nel dolore.
and will give you joy in your suffering.
Non penitenze particolari.
No special penance.
La penitenza è la vita.
The penance that you have to take is your life
E il dovere,
and your
quello
duties.
che disse a me, devo dirlo.
Sì.
Quando andai a firmare il libretto, stava ancora molto bene, gli dissi, padre, che penitenza potrei fare quest'anno? E lui mi disse, firmando, niente, la vita.
One time at early retreats, she went there to have the signature on our rule of life, and she said she was so unpleasant with eyes down and said, oh Father, what penance can you give me? What shall I do for the next year? And he said, nothing, just to keep living. He said, even the movie didn't raise their size, he continued to sign.
E l'altra, questo era già malato, proprio stava immobile, e gli domandai, era il Capodanno, qual è la parola d'ordine per quest'anno? E lui mi disse, faccia il suo dovere. Ma
So
io mi pare,
one time
di farlo, lo faccia meglio.
So one time he was quite sick at that time. It was New Year's, and she asked him, "What shall I do as a New Year's resolution?" And he said, "Do your duties." And she said, "Oh, but I'm doing those." I said, "Okay, keep doing them better."
Poi, povertà, considerarci amministratrici e non proprietarie. Vivere secondo la propria condizione sociale evitando il superfluo. Il superfluo varia dall'uno all'altro. Vestire con eleganza e semplicità, non farsi notare.
He spoke about poverty, and he said, "Just remember, you own nothing. You are just an administrator. You have to live according to your social conditions. Therefore, only the superfluous should be avoided. And just remember, the superfluous for you is the necessary things for others. Just be elegant, but very simple in the appearance. Do not dress to be noted."
Poi, povertà di spirito, umiltà, povertà di cuore, distacco dal proprio io, dalle proprie abitudini, dal posto di lavoro e dalle cariche.
Poverty of spirit. First, humility. Remember, the greatest poverty is the poverty of detachment from your own ego. from your own attitude, and from your work, and particularly if you own anything that puts you above any other, be detached from it.
Letizia.
And then joyful,
Lavorare e aiutare gli altri.
work and help others.
Poi voleva confessori severi. I confessori dolci sono come i medici pietosi, non guariscono i malati.
He wants a very hard, strong, direct confessor. He said, remember, the sweet confessors are like the doctors who do not take care of their patients.
E poi nel suo testamento raccomandò
C'è la confessione, noi non abbiamo più confessato.
Poi l'ultima del testamento ha raccomandato la devozione alla Chiesa, la fedeltà alla Chiesa, amore a San Francesco e alla povertà, amore all'ISM e a noi proprio missionari e l'opera della regalità ha raccomandato.
In his will we read, have great devotions to the church, love for St. Francis and the Sacred Heart, love of poverty, love the Institute, and help every other activities of the Opera della Regalità, the Kingship publication of Italy.
Grazie.
Manca una cosa importante, la sua ultima malattia, che fu veramente straziante. 2 anni di tormento.
She said, the slides that you have seen the other day, one slide is missing. The last 2 years of our mother's life, who were full of suffering and many pain.
Ebbe una malattia rara, una paralisi bulbare, che le impedì di parlare, prese tutta la glottide e impedì di parlare e di inghiottire. Non solo non poteva parlare, la lingua a poco diventò piccola piccola, ma non poteva, e così quasi moriva di fame. E agli ultimi momenti, gli ultimi anni, l'ultimo anno, era uno strazio. Per far mandarle giù qualche cosa, lei stava col capo riverso così, e il liquido, tutto ridotto a liquido, col cucchiaino giù, attentissimi perché se andava attraverso si strozzava.
The disease that paralyzed our throat was such a terrible disease that paralyzed completely all the muscles, and wasn't just she couldn't speak, but she couldn't even swallow. Therefore, she couldn't eat anything, and the tongue was shrinking continually. Therefore, the only thing she could take was a liquid. That when they had to feed her, she had to be just like that and make sure that drops by drop will go down and not on the side, because she could have died of suffocation if one drop would have gone. It was really a terrible suffering for the people to watch her.
Per esprimersi scriveva su una lavagnetta nera che poi si cancellava da sé, e così scrivendo.
She used a small writing tablet, like those new type of magnetic with a paper. You write and then pull and will disappear. That's what she used for the last 2 years. The same type of
Questi
likeness.
stati gli ultimi anni. Però ora parlerò della sua vita interiore. Vediamo prima i doni di natura, come era naturalmente, si può dire.
She said she will present to you the picture of our mid's interior life, the union with God. However, she prefers to present Irmatas and the human talents, our personality.
Era milanese
She was from Milan.
e di Milano aveva i caratteri più evidenti: dinamismo, concretezza, praticità, arte dell'organizzazione, genio degli affari. Aveva anche le qualità migliori: franchezza, generosità, ottimismo, slancio costruttivo rivolto all'avvenire.
Being from Milan, which is an industrial city, she had all the characteristics of the northern people. She had a dynamic personality. She was a concrete. She was a very down to earth. She was an organizer, and she had the sense of business.
Oh, troppo.
She said she had that very much so. However, she had a very good qualities. She was very open. She was very generous. She was look at the future with good approach to everything. She was not a pessimistic, and also she had a very high desire to do something, and she worked looking at the future. She had a strong will.
Aveva una intelligenza limpida e una volontà formidabile. Quindi,
She was very intelligent, but her will was also very, very strong.
e tanta volontà che comandava il sonno. Era capace di vegliare fino alle 3 del mattino, poi dormire un po' e lavorare tutto il giorno. Poteva dormire 12 ore poi filato, dopo aver passato delle notti senza dormire, 12 ore di filato.
Sì.
E dormiva anche in treno. E quando saliva in treno e voleva dormire, diceva: adesso io dormo. E così, chiudeva gli occhi e dormiva sul serio.
She had such a strong will that she commanded even to the sleep. When she was very sleepy, she will command to herself not to go to sleep. And she could work until 3 a.m. in the morning and just take a couple hours of sleep and start all over again. However, when she finished the job, she could sleep for 12 hours straight. That's the way she really command her own self. And when she traveled, many times she looked at the companions and now Armida is going to sleep. In 2 seconds she was asleep. That's the way she commanded.
Comandava lo stomaco, poteva restare, a volte restava a digiuna fino all'1 dopo mezzogiorno perché doveva fare la comunione.
I can do that. She commanded also her own physical needs like eating, because at that time the communion required the fasting.
From midnight.
Many times she couldn't receive until 1 or 2 p.m. Therefore she never took anything, and she was really well controlled.
Poi anche a tavola era spessissimo interrotta o dal telefono o dalle visite o da qualcuna che le andava a parlare proprio mentre mangiava. Io dicevo: ma Ida, mandala a quel paese. Non si deve dire?
No, io ho detto a Barbara fa lo stesso.
Ah,
She said at the dinner time, she very seldom finished the dinner in peace, but phone calls came in, a person came to see her, or other occasion came and she just couldn't finish and had the dinner in by sections.
Stages, huh?
So I told Barbara is doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to write it down to see how many times she will eat in peace.
You are. Okay.
comandava anche alla stanchezza, a volte certe adunanze che duravano tutta la mattina, tutto il pomeriggio. Non so come facesse, io mi annoiavo, scappavo, ma lei restava fino alla sera a parlare, a discutere, sempre fresca, sempre ridente.
She said Armida was such a self-controlled that even when she was very, very tired, she could go from one conference to the other, conference in the morning, conference in the afternoon, conference in the evening. And what surprised Maria was that she looked so nice, so precious, so relaxed all the time, and she was plain exhausted. And she said, and I got so upset many times I had to leave.
Le difficoltà la incitavano come un cavallo da corsa.
The hardship of the actions or the apostolate gave her a new strength, and she will just embrace any hardship that came to her.
Impossibile, e allora si farà.
Every time someone will say it is impossible to do it, and say okay, and then we'll do it. Padre Stephen, would you please go outside? Poi Padre Stefano che vada via. Perché è impossibile, lui mi dirà sempre sarà possibile, non si faccia.
Ecco. Poi aveva l'ardimento, il coraggio di osare, e Padre Gemelli diceva proprio questo: ha l'ardimento, senza il suo ardimento noi, lui, Necchi, Olgiati, non avremmo osato di fare quello che abbiamo fatto. È stato come il grande motore delle idee del padre, soprattutto.
To put his ideas into action.
Well, it was more than that. She had such strength and such desire to do the impossible that even the father was surprised. The Father Gemelli called her the mother of the every actions. She had just this great desire. Father, what is the word ardimento?
Ardimento.
Such enthusiasm and zeal that it served to drive them on, and they said
Ardire.
No, ardire is more than that. It's
Ardimento.
just an inner
Ardor.
no, it's inner desire to do the impossible. With one word, ardimento. It's more than on a natural level.
È più che coraggio.
It's more than be courageous.
E andare avanti così.
It's like a force pulling you. You must do it, and that's what she.
Sfondare le
it was
situazioni.
an impelling force.
Impelling force, correct. She had such impelling force that she will do everything.
Sì.
And,
Così, impelling.
and the priests said, like Gemelli, Olgiati, and Necchi, they said that if it weren't for her and for this impelling force, we wouldn't accomplish
Senza
what
dire,
we did.
diceva,
She was like the motor that drove them on. That's something.
semplicità, mirava dritto al fine, semplificava i mezzi, vedeva la parte migliore del momento presente. Era semplice, andava al fine diritto.
She was a very simple person. She saw the objective, and she just tried to avoid all the deviations. She will go right to the point and accomplish everything in a very simple manner.
Non aveva complessi, non si ripiegava su se stessa.
She had no
Complessi.
complex.
Complessi, una parola
She
freudiana.
never bent over feeling sorry for herself or say it is impossible. She just saw the right thing to do, and she will do it without complexity.
Anima candida fino all'ingenuità. Padre Gemelli, proprio nella prefazione della vita scritta dalla Corsaro, insiste su questo. Credeva tutto quello, pur essendo intelligentissima, credeva tutto quello che avesse qualcosa di soprannaturale. Le parlavano di un miracolo che fosse accaduto, credeva. Le parlavano di un'anima che parlava con la Madonna, lei credeva. Ci credeva perché credeva con una semplicità da bambino in fondo alla fede.
She had such a simplicity and also such clarity and that, I will say, virgin understanding of the martyrs that anything they told her, even being an intelligent person, she could have a question. She never questioned anything. She believed everything. She accepted everything. So even if a person will say, yesterday I saw the Blessed Mother, she will accept that.
Era anche semplice nel parlare di sé, parlava molto, raccontava e diceva sempre io ho visto il Papa, io ho parlato con la tale persona, io ho fatto questo. Chi ascoltava poteva pensare che fosse un esibizionismo, invece no, era proprio semplicità. E se diceva io per testimoniare che quello che diceva era proprio vero, era vissuto.
She said she was such a simple person that even when she was talking about herself, she didn't say we or they did or the group did, but I saw the Holy Father, I received this, I prayed, I went there. And then someone that didn't know her could say, oh, she is so egocentric, but she was not. It was because of her simplicity. She wanted to show that if she did something good, she did it. If she did something wrong, she was the person that did it. So she spoke on first person all the time.
Semplice, rettilinea e decisa, e perciò libera. Libera dalle circostanze, niente la intimidiva. Libera delle persone, non si curava dei giudizi altrui, non si curava di far bella figura, niente. Anche libera dal dolore, perché lo superava andando avanti, proiettandosi avanti.
Her simplicity was also direct. She was precise and she had a decided mind. When she decides something, she will do it. She had such simplicity that also she had a great liberty. She never stopped saying what they will say about myself. She will do it even if the people will talk about her. But nothing intimidated. And she was free even of suffering. She will accept anything. She will surpass any natural problems. She will never stand because she was.
Queste sono le qualità naturali. Nella
This
vita
was the natural
spirituale,
qualities of Armida, now the supernatural.
grande fede, donna di grande fede che trascinava gli altri, e di grande amore, amore specialmente per il cuore di Gesù.
She had a great faith. She was the woman of the great faith who pulled every other person with her. She had a great love, particularly a great love for the Sacred Heart of Christ.
Da quando la sua amica svizzera in collegio, Agatha Braid, le fece conoscere il Sacro Cuore, Ida lo amò d'un amore personale, totale, assoluto. Trovò il talismano della felicità, sono le sue parole.
Since the day when she was in Switzerland and she met our friend Agatha, who present her the devotion to the Sacred Heart, she loved him with such a personal love, total love, absolute love, that in it she finds the fountain of happiness. Talisman.
L'amore le ispirava una fiducia senza limiti e senza possibilità di cedimenti, e se aveva delle prove non perdeva né l'amore né la fede. Dopo sciagure grandi ripeteva: Sacro Cuore, mi fido di te. E quando ci fu il disastro dell'università, le bombe caddero sull'università e mezza università fu distrutta, lei, che aveva portato il quadro del Sacro Cuore a Marzio, gli diceva: ah, questa volta ce l'hai fatta, ma no, io ti amo lo stesso.
Our great faith and love was such that she never really bent over, even when she had a great sufferings. She will say, I love you, Sacred Heart. And she said when the university, Catholic University, was destroyed by the bomb in 1943, she had the Sacred Heart picture in Marzio, who was the same picture as they had at the Catholic University. She will say to the Sacred Heart, all this time you really gave it to us, but I love you anyway.
e come una sfida al Sacro Cuore cominciarono subito la ricostruzione. Sotto i bombardamenti ancora c'era la guerra, ancora c'erano i bombardamenti, ma tanta era la fede nel Sacro Cuore che cominciarono a ricostruire.
She had such a great faith, like that one of Father Gemello we spoke about yesterday, that even when the war was still going on and the Milan was after destroyed, the Catholic University was destroyed, she never stopped and said, let's start all over again and begin the repair.
Fede e amore erano il segreto della sua straordinaria energia e la sua forza motrice. In un primo tempo aveva la devozione esclusiva al Sacro Cuore, ma poi Pio XI portò il culto della regalità di Cristo e noi, che ci chiamavamo le terziarie francescane consacrate all'avvento del regno sociale del Sacro Cuore, dovemmo cambiare nome e chiamarci le missionarie della regalità di Cristo, per volontà di Pio XI. Allora lei disse al Papa, ma noi siamo consacrate al Sacro Cuore. E il Papa gli disse, e lei crede che il Papa non ami il Sacro Cuore? E allora lei pensò, il re è il re, va bene, ma è il cuore del re, il Sacro Cuore è il cuore del re. E allora accettò il Sacro Cuore, il re col cuore però in mostra, perché
She had such a great faith and love, who were the secret of our extraordinary energy, and also was the force behind every action. At first, she had this great devotion to the Sacred Heart until the Holy Father, Pope Pio XI, asked them to change their name and to have devotions to the Christ the King. And she even challenged the Holy Father and said, oh no, but we are consecrated to the Sacred Heart. And the Holy Father said, what do you think? I don't love the Sacred Heart? And she said, okay, we will accept Christ the King with the Sacred Heart though. He's the King and has the same Sacred Heart.
Poi devozione fervida a Maria Immacolata, la Madonna di Lourdes, la Madonna di Fatima.
She had a great devotion to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, the Our Lady of Lourdes, and the Our Lady of Fatima.
La spiritualità francescana corrispondeva alle sue tendenze naturali e le sovrannaturalizzò, le portò tutte in alto. Semplicità, volontà, azione, santificarsi nell'azione. La spiritualità francescana la confermò anche nel cristocentrismo e nella letizia.
Those natural talents or virtues were such that gave a new force to the Franciscan virtues, like simplicity, strong will, actions, sanctification of the actions, were the Christocentric actions and the great desire, and gave a lot of joy to her.
Dalla fede e dall'amore di Dio veniva l'amore per gli altri in tutti i suoi aspetti. Alla famiglia, genitori, fratelli, sorelle, nipoti, si dedicò quanto poté con dedizione esemplare. Sua sorella, Gemma, che è ancora viva, diceva, è stata vicino a noi in tutti i momenti o lieti o tristi della vita, eppure aveva tanto da fare.
Our great faith and the love for God was also a love for the neighbors. In every aspect, she loved everyone. Also, the first place, the family received all the love, the parents, brothers and sisters and nephews. She had such exemplary dedication that our sister Jem told Maria she was beside us in every event, in every situation.
E alla Chiesa, nella sua gerarchia e nelle sue opere, una dedizione pure totale. E per la Chiesa e si dedicò all'azione cattolica, lavorò per l'Università Cattolica e per le missioni. Il nucleo della sua attività era l'amore di Dio e l'unione con Dio. Beh, se vuoi dire questo.
She had a great love for the church, and because of this love she worked for the Catholic University, for the missions, for the Catholic Action in Italy. Also in such active life, she had a great love for God and union with God.
Oh, come raggiungeva l'unione con Dio restando immersa nell'azione? Con la preghiera. Quale preghiera? Chi vede la sua camera a Marzio, decorata di immaginette da pochi soldi, il suo tavolino da lavoro con una filza di santini, può supporre che avesse una pietà da donnicciola. E bisogna finire anche questo. Chi avesse frugato nella borsa che portava sempre al braccio avrebbe trovato librini, libretti, pagelline di novene e tridui. Devozionismo? No.
How she arrived to have such great union with God and the actions in active life? With a prayer. But what kind of a prayer? So if you go to Marzio and you see our desk and the room, you will see many pictures of saints and little books and many medals. Also, if you could have gone in our purse, you will find booklets on devotions and again many medals and many holy pictures. And you could have said that she has just a life of devotions, and said no, it was not devotions alone.
Devozione senza eismi, che sarebbe il peggiorativo.
How can I explain that?
Perché viveva nella comunione dei santi e quelle immagini ricordavano a lei i santi, i suoi amici del di là. Praticava certo l'orazione vocale, ma con tutta l'attenzione e con tutta l'anima. L'orazione orale era per lei un avviamento alla mentale, come un predellino di lancio.
As Father Stephen said, it was a devotion without the devotionalism. She had such a great communion with the saints, who she had the pictures there just to remind her of their lives and their holiness. That was the union with the saints, and not just the pictures. Also, she had such great vocal prayer life that she gave all the attention to the prayers and the words. However, her soul was united with our Lord, and she was in union with Lord, with her mind and heart. She used the vocal or pray the words only as a step to the true union with the Lord, like what the Father Sergius said this morning.
Una vita, dunque, un nucleo mistico, l'hai detto questo, era al centro della sua vasta attività umana. Il centro mistico era nel cuore della sua attività.
All this mysticism was the center, the heart of this immense human activities. That was just the center to keep all the actions together and give her the, I will say, the
Una vita di contemplazione nel cuore dell'azione, contemplazione senza visioni, senza estasi palesi, e contemplazione di che? Del suo Signore Gesù, del suo cuore, ossia del suo amore incomprensibile e immenso.
She had a great life of contemplation in the activities of the day, she had this contemplation without visions, without ecstasies. Contemplation of what? Of her spouse, Jesus Christ, of his Sacred Heart, that means of his immeasurable and how do you say, understandable love.
Incomprensibile.
Incomprensibile, understandable.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
La cosa più difficile per chi vive tutto nell'azione, cioè nel flusso del divenire, è di perdere il contatto con l'essere, con l'essenza, che in pratica significa non sapere elevarsi sopra la realtà sensibile del momento e non vedere al di là, lontano, rimanere nel hic et nunc.
I will try. The most hard things to understand for those that are very active is how to live the life of union with God and with God. Also, the actions can take away from us the understanding of the Supreme Being, the essence of everything. She was in such union with God that she never lost the sight of the future or the highest part of the things that happened.
Cos'è?
For those that do not have this
Insomma,
union with God,
stiamo
the
hic et nunc.
actions could leave you
Qui e
right
adesso.
here and right
Qui
now
e adesso.
without
Nunc.
letting
Lei andava al di
you
sopra
see
del
the
hic et
future
nunc.
of the thing.
They leave you earthbound and
Yes.
prevent you from soaring aloft if you didn't have the gifts which you
Hai capito il
Sì,
senso?
me l'ha spiegato bene. È così bene.
Oh, la Barelli invece, pur aderendo alla concretezza del presente, dell'hic et nunc, viveva nel suo amore, cioè in Dio. Aveva, questa è la cosa più chiara, aveva lo stato d'animo dell'innamorato, che dovunque vada e qualunque cosa faccia, è accompagnato dal suo pensiero dominante e vede in tutto il suo amare.
Armida, even seeing the moment, the present, and the concrete of the present, our love was in God. She had the soul of a lover. She loved him in such a way that every place she went and everything she did, she was in company of this great love for the loved one. And in everything she saw the loved one.
La sua vita interiore era un continuo colloquio con Gesù, ma semplice, confidenziale, cuore a cuore, in tutti i momenti della giornata. Lo sentiva presente, gli chiedeva aiuto e gli offriva volta a volta il suo lavoro, le sue pene, i suoi sacrifici.
Our interior life was in continuous union with Christ, with a simplicity, confidential love. She used to speak to him from heart to heart, and in many moments of the day she will offer him her work and ask for help, and also offer her suffering and sacrifice.
E a vederla in chiesa come pregava non così, pregava con la testa alta guardando il sacramento, il Santissimo, e poi muoveva le labbra e muoveva anche a volte il capo con una persona che parla con un'altra.
If we could have seen her praying in church, we would have seen a erect person. She was never bent, but she will look straight at the tabernacle and a person from behind could see that she was doing a movement with her head and with her lips, and that showed that she was really in conversation with her Lord.
La sua vita interiore, dunque, la fusione di vita attiva e contemplativa è il maggiore insegnamento che ci ha lasciato la Barelli.
The greatest thought that Barelli left us is the union between the active life and the contemplation.
Fusione, non ore alternate, queste ore alla preghiera e queste al lavoro. Non ora et labora, ma il labore oratio e quindi requies. Il labore requies. Il labore oratio e quindi requies. Il labore requies proprio perché nel lavoro il suo cuore era unito al Dio della pace. Nel lavoro dedizione e amore fraterno proprio perché il suo cuore rimaneva nel cuore dei cuori.
This union with our Lord was not just few hours with Him in prayers, in contemplation, few hours dedicated to work, few other hours to friendship or apostolate. In everything she did, she had this union. Was not pray and work, but was work is prayer. Therefore she finds peace. In this peace, she finds this peace only because she was united with God, God of peace. The work was dedicated to fraternal love. Because she was in union with this heart of the hearts, she received peace and joy.